Hi, we're out here today with the main ewe flock. There's 209 here. It's April 20th and we're due to start lambing May 1st, but we usually have some beforehand so we can start watching for lambs. And we just kind of wanted to go over what we do, and then we'll fill in on videos of footage of during lambing, of things that happen, and try our best anyways. We lamb around 250 ewes. We run them in two groups. These behind us are the 1 year or 2 years and older. These have all had lambs before. We run them as two groups because we like to give the first years a little bit more attention, keep them closer to the barn, have them in a smaller area, so that if they need help we can give it to them because they've never done this before. They can go 90% trouble-free, but we still like to keep an eye on them. So we will keep moving them closer to the house. Right now they're in a small area that we're rotationally grazing. Once they start lambing, we will put them into a bigger area of, I would say, between 8 and 10 acres to lamb on. That way we're not moving them every day. And it gives them each more space to go off and have their lamb, bond to the lamb. That's one of the biggest benefits of pasture lambing, and is they can do everything on their own and bond with their lambs without lambing pens, that kind of stuff. Some still do.
And one of the reasons to not move them is the ewes move really, really well, but it's the lambs that you left behind. So you can have confusion and mess ups there. So if we put everybody lambing in a bigger section, and then once the lambs are all on the ground and up and going, because you'll be amazed at how fast they get their feet and get agile, and then we can start moving the entire group again. But if you move the ewes, then the lambs can get left behind and it's just a mess and they end up on the other side of the fence, and we don't want to do that.
So then, like I said, these are the older ewes behind us. And here's some footage of the ewe lambs, which these will be a year in May. These are in sight of the house. They're in a closer space, so closer to the barns if we need to bring something in that just isn't claiming your lamb right. With 250 lambing in approximately 17 days, that means 12 to 15 lambing a day. We'll show you some of the things we've learned to do, and we'll probably figure out a lot of new things with you. But we just wanted to get you a overview on our numbers and how we do things, and you can understand once we get into the lambing what's going on.
Did you say numbers with ewe lambs?
Oh, there are. It's around 50. There's 56 in the group, but I think 6 are open.
And a few of those would have been March born, so they're technically a year old, but the vast majority of the ewe lambs are all from the May born group from last year.
And we shear before lambing. Shearing's all done. We still let the rams run with the ewes just because it's a convenient way to, they don't do any harm, so we just let them run with them for a while here until there's a chance that the stuff could start getting bred, and then we take them out. But
Then if things go according to plan weather-wise, the ewes will be on grass only, and by that I mean grass, salt, and water, for the rest of the summer. But if things get really crazy, we might end up pulling out some more hay. But for the most part, they'll be eating grass from here on out. So the lambs will be born on grass, and no supplemental feeding, just the grass.
I guess, to be clear, we lamb strictly out here on pasture, which this May group. So the biggest drawback is the weather, and it looks like nice right now, but we're actually expecting 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight, and 25-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to have them tomorrow. They'll be in this valley, which will be very well protected for them. So last year we had lambs born on the 20th, born a little early. Hopefully that won't happen until we see the sunshine and 60-degree weather come Friday, but triplets usually come early, and they're even more prone to the weather. So early checks are more important, and early weather, good weather, is more important. So that's lambing on pasture. The weather is probably our biggest problem, but other than that, when the grass is good, the nutrition is good, the ewes are milking good, the sunshine hits the lambs and warms them up real quick, and we usually expect a few cold rains. Last year we got some snow. If weather is a concern, the ewes have to come into the barn until the lambs are dried off and up and going good, and then they can usually go back out. But that's our system, and we're going to show you over the next few weeks what goes on in it.
So we do have the ability to have lambing jugs inside, not for everybody, and a jug is just a small pen for the ewe and her babies. We can do that, and especially on a really not so great night, we can move the new mom and her babies in, get everybody warmed up, and then move them back out here. And we usually just trailer them in our little wooden trailer. But for the most part, everybody's out here.
Including us.
Including us. So true. So true.
So,
are we good?
I think we're good.
So that's the preview for pasture lambing, and we'll see you when we get started.